No.
I use a stick Joe.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Now I'm him.
Boo.
Like that.
Well, that's very nice.
Wait a second. Hold on. Was that Jessie the cowgirl and Nemo the fish? What are they doing in Monsters, Inc? That's right guys, I found more hidden Disney Easter eggs and I can't wait to share. I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Hang out with me until the end of the video where I will do some comment shoutouts. It was so much fun exposing all the hidden gems Disney has put in their movies over the years that I just had to make a part 2. Did you guys notice any of these ones? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, let's jump in. Starting off in the number 10 spot is an Easter egg from the movie Frozen. Frozen came out in 2013 and won the hearts of many people, me being one of them. But because the movie is a more recent Disney film, I would have never expected to find a hidden Easter egg quite like this one. There's no way I would have noticed it either because it's actually very small. Like literally, it's very small. In one of the scenes, you can see some figurines sitting on a desk. Well, if you look close enough, there's a tiny one sitting in the front, which is actually a figurine of Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. See for yourself, but you might have to squint your eyes. I told you it's small. What a crazy way to bring back a character from 12 years before. Monsters, Inc. came out back in 2001, so it's pretty mind-blowing to see the little green monster appearing in a Disney musical in 2013. Good one, Disney. You fooled me with this one. At number 9, we have the Disney classic Tarzan. The original movie came out in 1999 and followed the story of a child who was raised in a jungle by apes. You know, the classic joke that he's almost half man, half gorilla, so he bangs his fist on his chest. Well, in the movie, we also see a feature from another Disney classic, Beauty and the Beast. During one of the scenes, we see a gorilla behind a table full of dishes. We probably thought they were just some ordinary dishes, but turns out they are actually Miss Potts and Chip from Beauty and the Beast. We know it's them for 2 reasons. Number 1 being because they are the exact same color and design, and number 2 being you can actually see the cup has a chip in it. It's easy to see the similarities, but not once did I notice the chip or put the 2 movies together. Oops. Coming into the number 8 spot is one from the movie Lilo and Stitch. This fun and unique movie came out in 2002 and had us all falling in love with the character Stitch. I mean, how many of us tried to imitate his voice? Just me? Okay, moving on. The story follows a young Hawaiian girl who adopts a small weird looking dog, if you can even call him that, and names him Stitch. He would have made the perfect pet if he wasn't actually a genetic experiment who has escaped from an alien planet and crash landed on Earth. That explains his weird looks. Nonetheless, the movie is full of fun, laughs, and love, but it is also filled with a piece of the Disney movie Mulan. During one scene, Lilo and her older sister Nani pass a restaurant called Mulan Wok. Mulan goes into the Chinese military in her movie, so it's even more clever that they made it a Chinese restaurant and named it after her. Out of all the names Disney could have picked for a restaurant, they just had to be all sneaky and clever like that. And at number 7 is a goofy one from a Goofy movie. This one takes me right back to my childhood where I had this movie on replay. The movie came out only 3 years after I was born, which means it's all the way back in 1995. It was a brilliant idea to make a movie all about the Goofy character we all came to know and love through being friends with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. The character was first created back in 1932 at Walt Disney Productions. I guess this hidden Easter egg makes sense then, since these Disney characters were all such good friends. During one of the scenes in a Goofy movie, if you look down in the crowd of people, you can see Mickey Mouse standing there. His character doesn't fit in with the rest of the cartoon cast, which would normally make it easier to notice, but once again, Disney got away with this one. Sliding into number 6 is a sneaky scene from Monsters, Inc. It was so much fun watching Boo and Sully create such a bond and friendship with each other that it was also heartbreaking having to watch them separate. The scene almost had me in tears when Sully brings Boo back to her room to say goodbye for the last time. It isn't a surprise that Disney would throw in some Easter eggs in the saddest scene of the movie. During this farewell scene, as Boo enters the room, you can see Jessie the cowgirl from Toy Story lying on her table. Boo starts collecting toys and handing them to Sully, with Jessie being one of them. But not only Jessie, there's also another familiar toy in the bunch. Not long after she hands the Jessie toy to Sully, she picks up a Nemo plush toy and hands it to him as well. They aren't hard to find in this scene, yet somehow I completely missed them. Coming in halfway Finally, through the list at number 5 is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or if you guys want to call it, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This one is another movie taking me all the way back to my child, back to 1996 to be exact. The famous story that follows the life of a disfigured man named Quasimodo, who is the bell ringer of Notre Dame Cathedral, or Notre Dame. He only has gargoyles to keep him company, which makes him longing to be around other people. Speaking of other people, during one of the street scenes, we see some of our favorite Disney characters walking down the street. That's right, you can see Pumbaa from The Lion King, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and even the magic carpet from Aladdin. Talk about random. At number 4, we have another hidden cameo from the movie Finding Nemo, another one with 8 years difference between the two Disney movies. Finding Nemo came out in 2003 and features a little cameo from a character in Toy Story, which came out in 1995. I'm sure you can remember the dentist scenes where some fish are kept in an aquarium hoping to make their escape. And of course, we could never forget the terrifying Darla, who would obnoxiously bang her finger on the tank. But one thing you probably don't remember from this scene was the cameo from the toy Buzz Lightyear. Yup, you heard that right. During the scene, we get a look at the waiting room, which is filled with different toys and books, one of these toys being Buzz. You can see him lying on the floor in front of the shelf of toys. We were just probably too distracted by Darla. Coming in at number 3 is one from the movie Hercules. This Easter egg involves a lion that we all know very well, and although it is quite obvious once you point it out, it's hard to accept the fact that you didn't catch onto it when you originally saw it. During one of the scenes, Hercules enters wearing a slain lion over top of his head. He takes off his head and tosses it to the ground, which is when we get a better look at who it actually is. You got that right, it is indeed Scar from The Lion King. He appears as a Nemean lion. A Nemean lion was a vicious monster in Greek mythology and was eventually killed by Hercules. So I guess it's pretty fitting to have him as a dead lion, seeing as Scar is a vicious monster and Hercules is Greek. And no, it's not just another lion that looks similar to Scar, you can actually see the scar over his left eye. Alright guys, at number 2 we have some hidden gems in the movie Meet the Robinsons. The story follows a young genius boy named Lewis who gets swept away in a time machine when a young time traveler named Wilbur arrives on the scene. The boys spend the day in the future with Wilbur's family and uncover an amazing secret at the same time. During one of the outdoor baseball scenes, you can see posters along the fence. If you take a look at the posters, you will find one from The Jungle Book and one from Toy Story. But you were probably too busy watching the baseball game to notice something like that. Taking our number 1 spot is one that I think will blow your mind, and it comes from the classic Toy Story. Although Toy Story is one of the original Disney classics, it features something really interesting that represents one of the newer Disney films, Up. In one of the Toy Story scenes, we get a glimpse at the bulletin board in Andy's room. The bulletin board is filled with junk, including post-it notes, schedules, and tickets. But one thing that fans have caught on to, and I don't know how, is the postcard that you can see posted on the board. If you look closely, you will see the names on the postcard which say Carl and Ellie Fredricksen, the old couple from the movie Up. What? Toy Story came out in 1995 and Up came out in 2009. So either they had a strange way of predicting the future, or somehow Disney remembered this postcard all these years later when naming the characters in Up. Either way, that is totally insane. There you have it guys, more hidden Disney Easter eggs. Which ones did you notice? Tell me in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up if you're happy that I did a part 2. Now let's get to some comment shoutouts from previous videos. Fortunato66 says, wow, mom jeans with a front tuck on sweatshirt. That's a look. I like to think so. I'm always down to rock some mom jeans. Clay Tallman says, love your videos, Jocelyn. How about a shoutout? Well, here's your shoutout, Clay. Your wish is my command. Jennifer Maggio says, I'll go see The Grudge with you. Girl, you got yourself a deal. I'll get the tickets, you get the popcorn. Decisive says, I have been watching since day one. Great video, it is so entertaining and you're an amazing host. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm your host Joss and I'll see you next time.